And we are live. Hello, boys and girls, cats and dogs. We are an inclusive channel around here. And this is your Sunday reading live, where my intention is to bring some beauty into your life through the written word. So, we're just still gathering right now. We haven't gathered anyone yet, as far as I can tell, but that's okay. I'll sit here and blather for a while. I can do that, as you well know. Um, so, oh, hey, Yarny Zebra. Glad to see you. Welcome in. You're the very first party guest. That means you can help me set out the hors d'oeuvres. So, how are you? What's going on? What's on your hook? What's in your cup? Have you had Sunday lunch yet? Sunday dinner? Um, so, I haven't had lunch yet. I I had an early morning cup of yogurt and then a late morning snack of a leftover taco. I don't recommend leftover tacos um, unless you just remove the shell and eat the filling. That's probably the best. So, but otherwise, you know, that's okay. What are you working on? Right now, I'm working on an easy blanket. It's a pattern by Krista of The Secret Yarnery. I've done it before. It's called the Drunken Baby Blanket, or the Drunken Granny stitch. Anyway, so yeah, um a few weeks ago I was between projects and lacking inspiration, so I decided to pick up some lion brand mandala that I had around the house and start on this. Um, and then I got inspired for other things. And now I have a whip mountain. There's one I started just this past week. It's using two colors of yarn, and then I realized I'm going to run out of one of the colors. So I went to order some more, and it's on back order. So unless I can find it in the store, might just have to wait on it. But that's okay because I had some other ideas. Um, so I'm just hooking away on this blanket right here because it's easy to do this particular um, stitch and to talk at the same time. So for a second there, it looked like we had a second person in the room. Um, but I guess not. That's okay too. So I just might as well go through a few news items for people who catch this on the replay. I've started a new series on my community tab. It's called Your Moment of Culture. It's got all different kinds of music. It's got drama and movies, and there's some dance. I haven't done an awful lot of dance yet, and there's some poetry too. So it's a daily thing, and I have a couple of weeks already. And this basically links to other people's YouTube videos. Um, so I have some ideas about other kinds of new content as well, hoping to just bring people in. And then I have, let me just walk through my schedule a little bit. Today is Sunday. I usually try to do a Sunday reading every week. Some days it's um, recorded. Some days it's live. People often like the lives, um, even if they wind up catching them on the replay. So because it's Sunday, we'll only go until 3, perhaps a little sooner than 3. And then we go over to see Granny D at 3 Eastern time. Whenever I mention a time, it's Eastern time. So at 3 o'clock, we go over to see Granny D. And then that's it. On Mondays, I have a series that I call Monday Men, where I talk with men in the yarn community. And I have a new one for tomorrow. Um, that I think you'll find interesting. He does some beautiful work, and interesting to talk to. I'm just finishing up the edits on that right now, and then I'll get it uploaded and scheduled. Tuesdays, I have Topic Tuesdays live at 2 o'clock Eastern. Wednesdays, I have Wednesday Free for All live at 6 Eastern, immediately following Granny D. Thursdays, I usually don't post anything. Fridays, I call them Formless Friday because I don't have a consistent format or anything. And sometimes it's live and sometimes it's recorded. And I have to apologize. This past Friday, I got so involved with something else creative I was doing that I completely forgot to do my Formless Friday live. Um, Saturdays, I usually don't post anything. And then we're back at Sundays. So we'll give people a little more time to come into the room. Let's see. There we go. This, by the way, is what I've done so far on this blanket. This is a line brand mandala. I don't remember the name of the colorway. So, but it's getting to the point where it's not that easy to turn it around. But I'll just go until this cake is done, or until I get tired of it, and then we'll call it done. Well, I tell you what I'm going to do, just in the interest of the replay, I'm going to go ahead and read today's poem. Okay, hold on a second. So, oh, hey, Mobs. Hey, Mobs. So I was just about to go and read today's poem, which is by Sara Teasdale, a great American poet of the early 20th century. And this one is called Lovely Chance. Oh, lovely chance, what can I do to give my gratefulness to you? You rise between myself and me with a wise persistency. I would have broken body and soul, but by your grace, still I am whole. Many a thing you did to save me, many a holy gift you gave me. Music and friends and happy love, more than my dearest dreaming of. And now in this wide twilight hour, with earth and heaven a dark blue flower, in a humble mood I bless your wisdom and your waywardness. You brought me even here, where I live on a hill against the sky, and look on mountains and the sea, and a thin white moon in the pepper tree. So I will read that again a little later, probably. And so I hope that people on the replay also like it. I will post a link in the description also. So there we go. Now it looks like we're gathering a few more people. Um, so, so Mobs, how are you? Um, let's see. What else is going on? I was saying earlier I hadn't really had lunch yet, and now I'm beginning to feel like I would like some. Huh. So I had a late morning snack of a leftover taco. Probably won't do that again. Unless I just eat the filling because the shell got sort of icky. Um, and then what else is going on? Um, let's see. I made a few announcements earlier. I was talking about a new series on my community tab that was like a daily moment of culture with all different kinds of music and drama and a little bit of movie making, a little bit of poetry, a little bit of dance, just a wide variety of things. Um, and then I also, for channel members, I posted a members only poll on my community tab as well. And I've got some ideas for other kinds of new content. And then what else do I have? I went through my schedule. Everybody knows my schedule. And then on, I'll just mention I have patterns on Ravelry. I have a few that I keep saying I'm going to put up there, but haven't yet. I just need to get them finished and get the photographs finished. Oh, excuse me now. Oh, and then I'll be able to put them up. I should actually, I should do that because I need to do that. Also, Nightbot has not been posting anything. I wonder why that is. Um, but I have. Oh, hey, Gumdrop. So I also have a an affiliate link for Premiere. If you ever shop online at the Premiere website, then consider using my affiliate link because it doesn't affect what you pay, but it helps me out a little bit. Well, a little bit. Affiliate links, you only get a tiny percentage, but still, it's better than nothing. So, in fact, I got an email saying that my first affiliate payment from Premiere was on its way. So I have to go to my P.O. box tomorrow and see if it's there. So, tell us everything, Gumdrop. How, what's on your hook and what's in your cup and everything else. So, so I was saying earlier, Gumdrop, before you came in, I'm working on the Drunken Granny stitch blanket that Krista from Secret Yarnery did. I started doing it when I was like between projects and not feeling much inspiration. And it's easy to do, especially when I'm sitting here running my mouth. Um, so there we go. And I'm doing it. I just picked up some lion bread mandala that I had around the house, and believe you me, I've got a bunch of it. Um, and started doing it. Ooh, I might have just discovered an additional stash of that second color I was talking about. I started a two-tone project this week and found I was going to run out of one of the colors. But just now I looked across the room and that might be another ball of the second color. I just have to verify that. But at least I can finish more of it than I had thought I would. An amigurumi snake made with chenille yarn. I don't think I've ever worked with chenille yarn. How is it? Oh, the Apache Tears blanket. I was thinking of doing something in the Apache Tears, your most basic mosaic, and I've never done any mosaic other than that. Although I probably could if I put some effort into it, but I want to just do something basic for my first big mosaic project. I'm thinking of what I can use for that project too. Because, oh, well, there's Nightbot. Interesting. I was thinking it probably wouldn't be a favorite of mine either, Gumdrop, because of the squish factor. And it's usually a bulkier weight yarn, correct? And nowadays, I've become more and more a DK boy. I used to be a worsted boy, but now lots of worsted just feels like it's a little too heavy for me. So 2, 3. If it's harder to see the stitches, I'm quite sure I wouldn't like it then. You know, I also don't really like bulky or blanket yarns. I mean, the blanket I'm doing right now is, as I say, Lion Brown Mandala, which is a 3-weight yarn, DK. The other project that I'm doing with that's two-tone is worsted weight, but I don't really usually don't care for anything larger than that. Uh-oh. Sounds like the Bernard blanket yarn was not fun either. For his twin, why not get a couple of matching cakes of like a self-striping yarn in colors that he likes and do one of those blanket patterns that starts from the center, and you can just make it as big as you like. You can make it a baby blanket, or you can make it a king size blanket, depending upon um, how much yarn you have and what you really want to make. The blanket yarn is too heavy for a blanket. Suppose that depends on where you live and how drafty your house is. I was telling someone earlier that, hey, John here, Jan here, sorry, Jan. Um, yeah, telling someone earlier that I spent a long time living in the New York City area where, every apartment, well, at least every apartment I ever lived in had steam heat. And steam heat can actually heat a little too well for some people, but I like it very much. But um, in the rest of the country, unless you live in a very old house, you've got forced air heating. And to me, it doesn't matter how warm the air is. When it's forced air, it just feels chilly when it hits my skin. So I used to live in Yonkers, Jan, right across from the Cross County Mall. Jan, did we ever meet at one of those Southern Westchester knit and crochet nights? If you don't know of those Southern Westchester knit and crochet um, nights, you can find it on Facebook. I always enjoyed it. We started out meeting at a Starbucks in Yonkers. But I always thought it was too noisy and too cold in there. And sometimes we met at the library where one of the people worked. And then sometimes we met at people's homes. And it was always fun. When I moved here to North Carolina, I found a group like that met at a local yarn shop. Very nice local yarn shop. But then that local yarn shop um, closed, and then um, the pandemic happened, and so um, not that much meeting going on, except for online. Hey, Sue R. Glad to see everybody coming in. Oh, hey, Janet. So even though I no longer live in Yonkers, I'm still in the Facebook group for that Southern Westchester. Oh, I see, Janet. Okay. Um, I'm still in the Facebook group for the Southern Westchester um, group. I wondered because I recognize your name, Janet Lepre, but I did not recognize the name Jan Hare. Hey, Danny. Yes, I did make this sweater, and the pattern is on Ravelry. It's called, I think, the Comfortable Cable Sweater or something like that. And I started to do tutorials for cables. I did one, and actually I put it up for these kind of rope cables right here. And I have recorded a tutorial for this kind of braid cable twice, and something went wrong each time. So I'm going to have to try again. Zoom crochet groups. I do not know of any, but you might be able to find them on Google. Thank you, Denny. I love this sweater too. So, oh, God. Cables do take a lot of concentration. And I think that in the pattern, I explained the method pretty well. But I just wanted to do a tutorial, and I'll give it another try. And then I have a hat that I just improvised last week that people were asking me to do a tutorial for that as well. So I haven't done as many tutorials as I might, and that's one of my goals, is to do more of them. Because people do respond well to them. I don't particularly think they're my long suit, but people do respond to them. They say they like them. And there, I do have some tutorials on my channel. I think I have a tutorial playlist. So, Janet, Nightbot either has or will give you the link to my Ravelry store. I have several sweaters there, actually. I have at least one more that I need to publish that I've been talking about for far too long. I just haven't published yet. Because it's done, I just need to polish up. I had some testers make suggestions for making it more understandable. And that's what testers are for, is helping you with that sort of thing. So I just need to incorporate all of those suggestions, and then I will publish it because I've got the pictures. Just don't have the pattern up yet. And I have another pattern for a Tunisian mesh stitch shawl that I'm going to publish. I've shown this before. This is what happens with that shawl pattern when you only have one hank of a particular yarn. But aren't those colors amazing? So at this size, I can just wrap it around my neck, and it's nice. Oh, have you, Janet? That's lovely. Yeah. Yeah, I love these colors. And once you get the hang of it, the Tunisian mesh stitch, if you're comfortable with Tunisian, it's really pretty easy. Let's see what else is going on. In terms of works in progress. Not a lot. Although I was saying earlier that I think spring came early for me because all of a sudden last week I had 3 creative ideas in the same day. And then I have another that I still need to finish that's a work in progress. Hey, Joyce. And then I have a couple that I just need to publish the patterns. So I had a numeric goal for growth of my Ravelry store this year. I probably need to let that go because that's a good way to find a reason to beat myself up if I don't make that arbitrary goal. Jada and Stitch's Tunisian calendar. Oh, Cal. I didn't know she was doing a Tunisian Cal. Although I like her channel, it's been a while since I've actually viewed it. Okay, let me see. Oh, there's the Ravelry store link right there. Um, anyway. So we might have a completely different crowd in the room from when I first read the poem. And so I'm just going to read it again. And I hope you like it. It's I will have links to information about the poem in the description. Anyway, this is by Sara Teasdale, who was a brilliant early 20th century American poet, and it's called Lovely Chance. Oh, lovely chance, what can I do to give my gratefulness to you? You rise between myself and me with a wise persistency. I would have broken body and soul, but by your grace still I am whole. Many a thing you did to save me, many a holy gift you gave me. Music and friends and happy love, more than my dearest dreaming of. And now in this wide twilight hour with earth and heaven, a dark blue flower. In a humble mood, I bless your wisdom and your waywardness. You brought me even here, where I live on a hill against the sky, and look on mountains and the sea, and a thin white moon in the pepper tree. I like that one. So, I mean, that's what we're here for anyway. Oh, by the way, if you didn't see it before, this is my current blanket. It's the Drunken Granny stench from Krista of the Secret Yarnery. I do not remember the name of the colorway for this, but it's a Lion Rand mandala. Okay. Oh, thank you, Denny. I like doing those readings. People have suggested I read stories as well, but I think that there are other people who read stories very well, and I don't really want to compete with them. There are not as many people doing poetry, and I love poetry anyway. So that's my shtick is poetry. Oh, thank you, Janet. You knew the poem. I I recall reading Sara Teasdale in high school. If it was that poem, I don't remember. I don't remember what we read, but I recall reading Sara Teasdale in high school. Um, oh, excuse me. So, yeah, poetry is a nice niche. Oh, Janet, you were an English teacher. Nice, nice. Yeah, I always loved English. Didn't work as hard at English as I might have. I think some things came a little too easily for me, and then when I got to college and had to learn how to study, it was a struggle. Hey, Diamond Ring Girl. Your old Norton anthology. Mm. I wish I had all of the books that I have had over the years, but I have moved so many times and purged so many times. Um, and nowadays, I don't pick up a book as often as I will listen to an audiobook, which is probably not good for me. Um, I, I, I should keep a book in the library, if you know what I mean. Um, rather than the magazines that I read in there. Except I wouldn't want the book to get damaged. I'll think about that. I, yeah. I like to read in there. Um, I usually have like an automotive magazine that I'll read, or sometimes a yarn catalog. Um, but you know what? I have other things that I have. Yeah, yeah, Janet. I honestly, I have a large library on audible.com, and I don't really even listen to that as much as I should. I like to listen to audiobooks while I'm crocheting. Uh, but again, that's something I could do more of rather than just seeking out some new video to watch or watching the same ones over and over again, which I sometimes do. But I think that audiobooks and reading go together or audiobooks and crochet, well, any kind of craft work probably go together very well. Very, very well. Is this that one I had? No. I just picked up a book recently. Maybe this is it. Nope, that's not it. Oh well. I picked up a book recently that had to do with North Carolina history. Um, that would be interesting. And I think that might be a good place to read it because the chapters are short. So I think I'll put it in there. And I think because the magazines get all crinkly because I sort of drip on them when I get out of the shower and I'm reaching for the towel. So I will just get into the habit of putting a hand towel over the book, um, or putting it somewhere where it won't get dripped on, um, and won't fall anywhere where it shouldn't be. Um, yeah, I'll get into that habit. Ask me about it in a week or two and find out if I've made any progress. Okay. Anybody else have lots to talk about? I tell you what, we're going to do Granny D starts at 3 o'clock, so I'm just going to post her link. I'm going to put the cursor in the box and then post her link. There we go. Um, so we've been going for about 45 minutes. I'm going to just call it a day in a minute or two, and then we will meet up again at Granny D's. Tell her I sent you. And in the meantime, I'm going to get a snack. Snacks are good. Um, and then we'll be good. So I want to thank everybody who's been here, especially if you've been here through the whole time. I want to thank people who watch the restream or the replay. And also, I want to just say like, subscribe, comment, share, all of that stuff. That's really for the replay. You have to wait for it to be broadcast as a replay, and sometimes that takes up to 24 hours. Um, to like subscribe, comment, share. Well, you can subscribe now. That would be easy. But anyway, once again, thank you for being here, and I will say toodaloo. Bye bye.